Alright, after a lot of technical issues have been taken care of, I'm finally back. Ugh! That was annoying. Hi everyone, welcome back to some Dragon Warrior Monsters. I will give a heads up on this already. We're not going to have a long session. Also, no story progress is going to be happening due to the fact that, one, Jamie's not going to be with us, but this is a grind session to get the quest for the gold slime. Will and I are just going to be tackling whichever we can, and figuring out what we need to do. So yeah, that's basically it. Don't expect anything too big going on. Alright, because of that, I actually have to double check a few things. I have to look at the list of monsters. Breeding monsters, there it is. Okay, what we got for, I guess, what we got for monsters that we need to get ready for. Yeah, it's been a while. Alright, what do I need to make for, Alright, so... Oh, right. One of the things that we were making, Will, is the king slime. Right. That was one thing we kept trying to make. I need to make at least one king slime. So I'll work on that really quickly. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, Will.
Yeah.
Since we're in October, dude, I don't know if you realize, but I think this October has some of the most hypest games coming out in like a very long time.
Oh, I've noticed.
Like not only we have Dragon Age Jamboree, but we also have Silent Hill 2 Remake, which honestly has been barely marketed. We got the new Dragon... We got the remake of 3 coming out this end of this month. Which I already pre-ordered my collector's edition and everything. And we got so many other good games.
There's so many games, and I had to toss... I actually had to toss a coin on games. Between also Dragon Age, Veilguard, and...
Like, okay, if you had the opportunity, like actually opportunity to hold on, let me look. I think yeah, this one. Oh yeah, I need to train them up. If you had the opportunity, Will, to like buy any number of games as much as you want that are only new releases in October, which set of games would you just get day one?
I would be getting, definitely, I would get Jamboree, Dragon Age Veilguard, and I'd be getting Dragon 3.
Like, those are your top 3 games?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a lot, to be honest. I got the collector.
I would be getting collectors for Dragon Age 3 and... Not Dragon Age 3, Dragon 3 and Dragon Age Veilguard.
How much is the collector's edition?
For Veilguard, give me a second, I have to go to my... Oops, that's the wrong thing. I have to go to the store.
I mean, since we got like some time, again, we're not doing anything too serious. There is probably a decent chance that I would only do like probably an hour of this session, just as a heads up for those who are watching.
Because the standard edition is $59.99, which is the one I bought.
Yeah.
But the deluxe edition, which would be to the collectors, is $79.99.
Does Dragon Age have a physical copy? Like a physical, like not physical copy. I mean like more of like a physical collector's edition.
I bought this one on Steam. It is coming out for the I know the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's also coming out for the Xbox. So there's digital, and I believe you can also get it for physical.
I know it has physical. What I'm wondering is like, does it have a collector's edition in terms of like its own physical?
So I believe it would be called the collector's edition, but just on here it's just known as deluxe in Steam. They won't call it the collector's. They'll call it the deluxe, I believe.
Well, I'm wondering if it's the collector's. Is like, does it have a? I think I remember Dragon Age Veilguard having like a collector's statue or something.
Yeah, it's like each one has a different for whichever system you're buying it for. If you're going with the digital, you'll have all this stuff, and if you're going with the physical, you get all this stuff.
Yeah, the collector's edition is basically comes with a light up dagger, cards, potion flask, enchanted die, map with a 2 companion, and like a whole box set.
I mean, I still get my blood armor, my blood dragon armor with my pre-order, so I'm happy with that. I mean, that's what those of us that were wanting with in Inquisition, but it was never put in. If we wanted it, we had to mod it.
Fair.
Which we hate it because it sometimes broke our game.
Yeah, modding is risky.
Yeah, it's What other games do I forgot? I gotta check my wish list. What other games do I have on my wish list?
Oh, I've been
Satisfactory.
I've been wish listing so many different games that I've been like overwhelmingly positive just to take a look at them later and some interesting ones.
Baldur's Gate. It's gonna be a while before I can get Baldur's Gate for it to drop down below to a price that I find reasonable.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that there are some horror games that I was thinking like, Will, you would actually genuinely probably find enjoying. I don't know about one horror game that I actually genuinely like in terms of the concept.
And I got Party Animals, which right now is about $10. I might be able to. It all depends on the Netflix part.
Well, again, don't need to push it. Party Animals is one of those games that it is fun, but I don't think we're gonna be playing it a whole lot.
I got also the Planet Crafter just because I like Subnautica and I've watched I watched Jacksepticeye play and it's like, oh, well, this game actually looks fun.
I've gotten a few games recently. Like I got Crew 2 because it is getting delisted at some point, and it's gonna have an offline mode, which is why I got it. Oh, one game I'm gonna get is the One Shot Machine Edition, which again I really like One Shot when I played it, and the Machine Edition really helps people who want to play it without going through a lot of their PC stuff. But I honestly think that not ruins, but it loses some of its charm for what it was.
Yeah. I've also been watching some streamers play Cult of the Lamb, so I got that on my Steam wish list.
I actually just got that not too long ago because it was on sale.
I kind of like it, and I've been trying to join some streamers' cults, and it won't. I've been failing every time.
You failing as in getting into the cult, or failing as in when you get into the cult, you're sacrificed right away?
I've been failing getting in the cult. It's like I could join as like let me in.
I mean, I
And
have.
either they've beat the game and it's like, well, never mind. I guess I'm not gonna join in. I'll cult. Never mind.
I mean, I have the game, so technically speaking, I could start doing it with all of us.
It's just like I have a chance here. You say this like, hey, I have a chance.
I mean, I will guarantee that when I play it, I'm putting a lot of the friend group into the cult no matter what. So yes, you will.
Oh, this is like... And I'm still keeping looking through Steam, finding games that seems like, that's fun. I could possibly play that. Then I'll just watch the little trailer video, and then any moment I see flashing lights, like, nope, never mind. I'll even look to the queue and see what's been recommended to me. I was recommended a freaking adult game, and I mean an adult game.
Not surprising.
And I was like, why was I recommended this? Why was this filth recommended to me? Like, how dare. So is Steam trying to tell me I am lonely?
Yes. I hate this flower man.
We can see it only on Twitch. You don't have it up on Discord.
I put it on Discord.
No, you don't.
Oh.
It came off.
Oh, right, because I unplugged my internet temporarily.
Ice cream.
The issue is that I'm trying to train up these slimes into a slime king. Which is what I'm doing.
It's just a gray box with your picture in the middle on Discord.
Oh no, like click off of it, click off of it.
Oh, there we go. Okay, now I got it. And I still got your stream pulled up on Twitch to earn points.
Which I am getting through requests. Unfortunately, Will, your request is still going on over a year later.
Oh, how don't I know it? So I can't request anything until it's done. And other requests to get through.
I mean, technically you can request something. I don't limit the requests. I just won't I won't play it for like probably till late next year. I am looking at I want to look at slime. What does slime learn? Fireball, Radiant, Mega Magic. What's Mega Magic? Special utilizes an all attribute with some non-metal slime monsters, thus being totally immune. Rainhawk gets it later, so it's not like it's a big deal if I get it. But it reaches at level 38, not really worth again. Radiant, huh, weird. It doesn't really list it as one of the Moves. What does Radiant do? Ah, it's a flash. Got it. Oh, that guy's using Solar Flare. Yeah, I'm basically grinding up the slimes so that they could be about level 10 because this game series doesn't like to breed little children. That sounds really bad, actually. Never mind. Don't take that as out of context. They don't want to breed people younger than level 10. I cast Fireball. What's up, Skull? Oh, heads up, Skull. I am not gonna be streaming for too long. A lot of things happened that I missed my alarm. We started late, and this is a grind session, so no story progress, so it's not gonna last too long. But I plan to at least stream for a little bit so that I can acquire at least one of the monsters that I need for making the ultimate monster. And but Will's here. Say hi, Will.
Yeah, I'm here. We're just looking through his backlog right now.
Again, there's a lot of things that are not up to date. I haven't up to date it within for 2-3 years now.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there are a few games I gotten recently that are actually pretty interesting, to be honest.
Because there's some games in here that I believe you've beaten.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it still says like it's on, and it's still in the unplayed category.
Yeah, the thing. Okay.
Did you beat Banjo-Kazooie?
Okay. Yes and no. Yes, I beat Banjo-Kazooie, but that is on a Xbox console. If it's on N64 specifically, I technically never beaten that for a copy because I have multiple copies. Yeah, so it heavily depends on which one, and I mostly just like to record what games I have, what I played and what I didn't play. I have to go through it all and make note of it. That's all the issues. Also, Skull, tell Craig I said happy birthday. I forgot that his birthday is around now.
Wait, Craig's birthday's around right now?
Yeah, his birthday is today.
Happy birthday, Craig!
I think you and Craig are about the same age, honestly. Craig is like 31 or 32 right now. Because I think you're around 32, right?
Yep, I'm 32. I'm 20 years older than my daughter.
35? I thought Craig was younger. Jeez.
Now, see, he's more ancient than I am.
Yeah, he broke out the Smithsonian because he was dug up since Roman times. He lived through the dark ages of dial-up.
I hate dial-up.
I as much as I lived through dial-up, I honestly cannot say I know much of dial-up because my parents, as soon as we could, moved over to regular internet without dial-up, and I never experienced the whole issues with dial-up. So a lot of the I went through it. A lot of the jokes of dial-up, it flies over my head, unfortunately.
You feel lucky.
I mean, you can make the jokes with James, who had it since until the end, like his senior year of high school.
We had dial-up until freaking I can't remember what year or what grade I was in that we got rid of dial-up.
Yeah, I know Kraid is old. I think like it's basically I know it's been a long time since I known Kraid since like 2020 Skull. So I think I still have that memory of Kraid being like only 30 years old when I first met him, like about like it's all at this point Kraid can vouch for this. It's almost been 4 years since Kraid and I first met because I met him on Matt's stream in December. Been that long.
Look at this.
Uh-oh. I picked the wrong portal to go through. This is a poison portal.
Oh. Some of these games that I see I know, and some of these I don't.
I'm surprised you're not asking me to do like Dragon Age or something.
You have those. I know you have those.
Yeah, they're in my Origin account. Or at this point, EA Play.
So that'd be your EA app.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't have a physical copy of them because I already have them digitally, and since I never grew up or even played a single Dragon Age game, I've never had interest.
For Origins, Ultimate Edition or normal?
I think it's Ultimate.
So you'd have all the DLCs. So I would just make you do the regular if you want to do and if you want to do DLCs, that'd be up to you.
Yeah, like my rule of thumb is that if I have a DLCs, I'll at least give it a try, but only if only the specifically the story-based ones, because if there's DLCs that'll be like, oh, here's some raid bosses or like quick speedrun missions, I don't find those necessary to stream.
There's... I'm trying to remember here real quick. Certain DLCs will already be put into the main game.
Mm-hmm.
And there's DLCs that you'll have to go and actually, once you beat it, you'll have to go and do their stories outside.
So there is...
They're separate stories to separate story DLCs.
Okay, so there are some post-game stories, which I'm not surprised.
Yep. Like, it leads up to you find up to the Witch Hunt DLC. Which is Morgan.
Got it.
Who, I'm sorry, I have this massive thing for.
I mean, it isn't isn't that one of the characters that you saw in Veilguard, which is why you were like excited?
I heard her voice and it sent chills down my spine and But no, the reason I'm getting Veilguard is because I want to see more of I like Dragon Age games.
Oh yeah, I know. I know you like it. I'm just like making also the joke of like that's another reason why.
Yeah, she's another reason why, because I heard her voice and I'm sorry, if I heard her voice, Cassandra's voice, and freaking holy crap, I've already forgotten her name. I feel horrible now.
You're not a good playboy. Well, actually, no. Technically speaking, you're you're okay playboy, because the jokes with playboys is that they know girls that they really are attracted to, but they don't always remember their names.
Oh dear God, no. Give me a second here. Isabella, that's the name. This shit took me a while.
Speaking of, oh, by the way, Will, have you seen anything regarding Jamboree? Like any of the trailers, any of the pictures?
Dude, TikTok.
Yeah. Have you like? Okay, I've looked. Like there are people been posting up pictures and various different videos. I don't actually, Skull, I don't know if you're getting it right away too, or if you want spoilers, but just as a warning. But I on Twitter specifically, Will, I've been seeing a lot of pictures of people playing it because there's like probably the embargo for showcasing the previews is gone. So
not through Twitter. I haven't been seeing it through Twitter, but through TikTok. It's through the.
Well, yeah. But here's the thing. I've seen it on Twitter of people viewing various different pictures, and one of the things that is absolutely like I'm questioning, only because I'm just like I've never seen it happen, but also I'm both excited and afraid of it. Apparently there is gonna be an option for at least one of the boards to add more chance time spaces.
Oh, that's diabolical.
I know. I've never seen it before, and I'm just like, you're not asking for like friendship or relationship ending games. You're asking for murders.
Exactly.
I don't believe I will be. No worries, Skull. Again, like, it's one of those games that I'm excited for because it's actually, I would say, the first Mario Party probably since 8, because I remember seeing 8, and yeah, I played a lot of them, and I would say it's the first Mario Party that well, no, Superstars was I was also kind of excited, but it was also like, it was because of a lot of other different ones. Super Mario Party was also okay. Like, Superstars and Super were nice Mario Party games, but hit the mark low, because especially with Superstars, which had a lot of potential, but they didn't do anything with it. And it's also like, it was during the pandemic where a lot of people just wanted to play online with friends. But I say with I say that what's my wording? This is the first Mario Party that I was like really excited for, outside of maybe the handheld like Island Tour maybe. But for the most part, I think I really am excited because it actually looks like a fun Mario Party to go around.
Again, I'll get this Mario Party in February.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
We don't have much longer until February.
It's still a few years. Not a few years, few months away.
It's just a few years. What the heck?
I mean, technically speaking, if you say a few years from your birthday, you're not growing older, at least.
That's the plus, but don't make me try to almost feel like that time has slowed that much.
It's all about perception. Oh, Blazer, respectfully, your community, even if it's dead, is my favorite. If you want to know more, we can catch up on it later. I mean, I don't think my community is dead. I think my community is more of like, because there's like lack of engagement. There is not much of people there. I mean, yeah, it's like definition of dead. But at the same time, I'm not forcing a lot of things to just like interact. And I'm also like busy with my own stuff. So I can't always interact with everything. And I forget to interact with everything too. So, but I don't, yeah, I don't force a lot of things. I like the people to engage when they want to. And I'm glad that it's your favorite still, despite all that. I try my best, and there's a lot of things I want to do with it, and since things are looking up right now, I'm hoping I can do a little bit more engagement in terms of content creation. and specifically content creation. Community stuff will just come with it when it comes with it. Also, Kraid. Yeah, I'll continue thinking Kraid is 30 until, like, probably when both of us die. Like, even when we're both, like, 80, 90 years old, I'm just like, hey, Kraid, are you still 30 years old? And he's gonna be like, yeah. Except Will.
Both of you are ghosts. You're still gonna think he's 30.
Oh, no, yeah, and except you, Will, I'm gonna make you think that you're always, like, 50 years older than me.
Dude, my body feels like it's in its 80s.
Great
Can't
setup.
carry anymore. You're over encumbered.
Why can't I be in, like, Skyrim mode where I can, like, grab any items as much as I want? I just be, slow.
I don't know. I don't think they were thinking that far ahead.
Mm-hmm. Also, Kraid says he doesn't look...
Also, why is there like 2 Dragon Warrior Monster 2 games?
It's like Pokemon. Remember, like, around the... when Pokemon first released back in 1996, 1995, that was the craze of dual games. Like, Mega Man did it,
Okay,
Dragon Quest did it, like...
It was...
Yeah.
It's the same version, just 2 different stories.
Same story.
It's just the same story, 2 different versions. My bad.
Yeah.
I got my thing swapped. My brain was...
It's brother and sister depending on what you get. It's pretty much the same.
Both on my I have both on the emulator.
Yeah, so it's basically the same story. It's just like Pokemon. I think there are version exclusive monsters, so you won't be able to get everything.
It's the healer.
I would totally want to fight you, but I have 2 slimes that will not survive. Oh, I have to ignore.
It would be amazing XP if they would.
Yeah, but also at the same time, they're already at the bare minimum level, so it's like, eh. Also, Kraid says he doesn't look 30, but doesn't look 30. He has looked the same age since I've known him. I mean, at least he's not growing wrinkles, white hair, or anything of the sort. Like, that's one of the benefits, if you think about it, because, with Asian genes, I think you know this, Skull, that, at least with Korea, like, when I was growing up with my brother and my dad, my brother has been growing white hair ever since he was, like, getting into college. Like, literally around his 20s. And my dad has been growing white hair more and more ever since he was around my brother's age, too. And it's a very common thing with like, Korean males, at least. And I think it's, like, in general, like, Eastern Asian cultures, like, they have white hair growth, and then there's other people who will be, like, starting growing wrinkles, a lot of, like, other different things to make them, like, look even older. Like, hey, if he looks the same thing, like, no, he looks the same after all these years, I'd say that's a plus. Even if he looks old, if he hasn't, like, de-aged, I think it's a plus. I still haven't found a tiny metal during this session. I found so many little coins, and I haven't found another tiny metal, Will. I'm upset.
I mean, you did find it in Dark Prince. You did find a hidden one that wasn't on that list.
I still find it funny you got so upset by that because the wiki didn't say it.
That wiki is blasphemous.
Okay, again, remember, we were playing a niche series, a niche subsidiary series within a niche franchise in the West.
I don't care. I'm still gonna call it blasphemous. Speaking of which, I haven't been working on that Monsterpedia for a while now.
I mean, to be fair, you're playing 2 Dragon Quest games at the same time right now.
I've been working on so many games, my brain can't keep up.
I'm now questioning, are you sure you wanted to borrow that many games from me to play?
I beat White 2. I can and um I'm fine. It's fine. I just shouldn't have started freaking Golden Sun along with Dragon Quest 9. I should have waited till I beat Dragon Quest 9.
Yeah. I mean,
I had no problem starting Pokemon, because with Pokemon I can easily just put that on hold while working on Dragon Quest 9. I'll play both back and forth. That one was no problem. I also have no problem with Pokemon. It's just this one, and then trying to get around to also playing some games on the PS4, but during the day, because after I'm done playing on my 2DS, by the time I get to the PS4, I am tired.
yeah.
So it's a dedicated day to play on the PS4.
And you still have Kingdom Hearts games to go through. I'm just saying, you borrowed.
Yeah.
You borrowed both my Kingdom Hearts games. That isn't 3.
Yeah, I have Kingdom Hearts 3, so that's why I wasn't borrowing 3 from you.
Yeah, but you have basically 9 Kingdom Hearts games. Although I think 2 of them are cutscenes only, but really 9 different games.
I mean, isn't there one on there that's like for the DS?
Yes. I think there's 2 of them, but yes.
I believe I have one of them that I have one of those DS games.
There's a couple of them.
So
There's Recoded that was a phone, but then remade into a DS game. There is 358 over 2 days or whatever. And then there's the 3DS game of Dream Drop Distance.
it's like, so I was like, when it gets to that one, it's like, should I play that one? I think I will. I'll just play all the ones on there. Just go do it, just in case things just transfer over and over. Who knows? I don't know.
Oh, I'm just gonna double check this. Analog, Pocket, save state. Yeah. What was it again? Stay.
Oh, hey, look, I have over 800 points. Well, 800,000 points.
Ah,
Nah,
that one. Okay.
If I had that many points, I wouldn't freaking have requested games already.
You know, it's funny that I even Skull knows this, is that her game is not gonna be done. Yeah, there's time too. That's what I need.
Watch 5 years later, and we're still working on this one.
Don't say that. As long as I keep making save states, we at least won't have to restart from the very beginning every single time.
At least that's true. At least, unless something happens.
Mm-hmm.
If something does happen, then you can just blame me.
You know, I didn't make a save state. This is gonna be a problem. Okay, good. It's male. Woo!
Wait, does it have to be a male?
Yes, because 2 of my slimes are female.
Wait, what are we trying to make?
I need to make a king slime of some kind. So either a metal king slime, a spotted king slime, or a regular king slime. In order to make, and I need to make in order to make those, I either make like a specific set, or I put 5 regular slimes together, like any of those kinds. And upon looking at it, the regular king slime is the better option to me because it has better healing options overall. So,
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's basically it. I think the goal is, for me, at least for this session, is to make the King Slime by the end of this session. Because then that's literally half of what I need for Gold Slime. And then when I make that, then I'll be like the last monster that I need to make. Because, like, again, with Gold Slime, what the game shows and its main showcasing is make 2 Metal King Slimes. But Metal Slimes in this game suck. Because, yes, they have high evasiveness and high defense, but their HP is, like, worse than Dark Prince.
So I take it it's like a 1 star, or maybe half a star.
I would say it's the not great option, because if you make the Gold Slime through that way, it has abysmal stats, attack and everything except defense and evasiveness. And if it gets hit, and the later monsters will hit it pretty hard with anything, it will die in 1 shot.
Ooh.
Yeah, so, my recommendation is use the Gold Golem, which is Balheeb, and use some kind of King Slime, and then you make it. Just don't use Metal Slimes.
Huh.
That's my recommendation, because that's what my brother and I did. And honestly, kudos to my brother for looking this up when we were, like, taking this game more seriously to beat. Like, honestly.
Metal Slimes. The broken monster in Dark Prince for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I was supposed to be able to scout them with 1 monster, getting it to 100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I still think that if I was able to train as much as you did, and there was a lot of other aspects of it, we might have had, like, a much closer match. And honestly, to be fair, with my Gem Slime and, like, lasting against all your monsters at once, I say that's pretty impressive, and, like, stalling out to turn 20.
Impressive.
So
I mean, you kept taking out my Crystal Linda a lot, and if you took out my Crystal Linda at least 1 to 2 more times, you would have beat me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so honestly, if I trained more, I think it would have been definitely different. But again, like, different circumstances happened. It happened. All I say is that we at least showed online, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably some of the best instances for that game anyway, because I kind of feel like the online for that game is not as prominent with a lot of people. I mean, it's coming onto Steam, which, again, I'm kind of sad that it's not a Nintendo exclusive as much as I would like it to be, but I'm also like, if it comes out on Steam and stuff, more people will hopefully play it and buy it. And it's even on a discount, by the way, like $40. It is definitely the best game in the sub-series, even though it's, like, again, not really hard to do, because a lot of the games in the franchise are, 1, old, outdated, and don't have as much quality of life as Dark Prince, right? I have yet to play Joker, like any of the Joker games, and I am curious to know how good they are in terms of, like, quality of life. I don't own Joker 1 or 3. I know Joker 3 is Japanese exclusive, but I also am like, I would like to know how it is. If Square actually is smart and releases a Joker compilation on the Switch or something like that, I'll buy it. I'll actually legitimately buy it and play it, because even though I will go after still the Joker games, DS games physically, I will still get it. Like, heck, I actually one of the games I've recently been playing, Ace Attorney Investigations. I own both of those games. I even own the Japanese physical copy of Investigations 2. And I was planning on streaming it at one point, but I forego that because Ace Attorney games are long, and honestly, I have to rethink about like streaming that honestly on my Twitch channel. So for the most part, I think I've been enjoying it though, at least a lot more than, funny enough, Great Ace Attorney, because it feels a lot quicker. But that could also be those different circumstances. But the game released, and I found it funny that the game releases, and I end up playing it. I end up getting it, and when I already have both those games physically, and I was already planning to play the second one, fan translated online. It was doing the same thing with Grace Attorney 2 at one point too, and then that got released on the Switch. So yeah.
My brother's emulator game thing that I got him for Christmas will have over 40,000 games on it. And funny thing is, we won't know what games are on it till he plugs it in and plays it.
To be honest, the whole 40,000 is going to be a lot of copies and bad emulations of the same game.
Oh yeah, with my Leaf Green, the sound, there's some cursed sound cursed music in there. It's you could hear that the stereo was when the recording was just a little bad. It was like got a little loud and cursed.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, if you wanted Leaf Green, I could help you get I'm not get a copy. I can help you with that actually, because I do have a physical copy of my Leaf Green. So, in a sense,
I'm good. There was some I know there was some things on there for emulation that seemed like, I don't know what the heck they were. They were either I really don't know what the heck they were, but I just took them off of. There was some for Pokemon. Either they were some cheat thing or something that was for a distribution thing, and it's like, I don't know what the heck you are.
not surprising with distribution.
It's like one thing was completely terrible because it was just making a very cursed sound from it, so it's like, yep, nope. I just removed everything from those two things completely. It's like, yep, nope, those are just deleted off of it.
I will. Oh yeah, by the way, I have to be a little more cautious, by the way, with emulations on stream, because apparently there was a report, and it happened recently actually, that apparently some channels are being targeted because of emulations being showcased on the channel, kind of thing.
I'm not gonna stream any the emulator stuff.
Well, it's more of like we need to be careful of it now, because emulation is one thing, and I also have to be heavily consideration on it, because my channel could be taken down easily because of that.
Even if it came with the system, like the Switch.
Legal emulation is fine. It's the non-approved emulation.
Okay, so like the stuff that we've downloaded on our laptops.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, those we can always play offline and do for fun.
Yeah, but the whole
like races and.
Yeah, it might have to be forgo a couple of them, mainly because of that. But again, that is something I just have to be more cautious with. I think it's one of those like, I think we could still do it. We probably likely will have to avoid the term emulation as best we can.
It's that's
What-
not a problem with me because we can always know what words to use and be cautious with what we say.
Yeah, again, like I don't know how serious it's gonna be right now. If it actually does get a little bit serious, I will have to make the unfortunate decision of not doing any more emulations. Which really would really suck because emulations are something that I at least support to a certain degree. Like, and I say this to a certain degree. I want to make this very clear. I don't support everything about emulation. I support emulation enough, like, and most of it, in terms of like playing the games that you're unable to play due to various of reasons. Like the game is really hard to come by in terms of like its novelty and stuff like that, especially because of the market being really expensive. Prototypes there to just try them, and like again, like just trying like old childhood games or something like that. Like I prefer getting the getting the ROMs of it my own way, because when I get the game, then I feel like I can get I validate my essence of getting an emulation of said game. The other aspect is like obviously preservation, because game preservation is such a big thing. The aspect I don't support, and which a lot of people really look over and being like, and even if they are told not to or get caught, they literally say like, well, it's helps prevent I don't want to pay for Nintendo games or whatever. Like, it's literally the main reason why Nintendo and other companies do not want to do emulation, especially Nintendo. It's the getting the games, early game copies of like Tears of the Kingdom or the new Zelda game way before its release time.
That's what annoys me.
Yeah, like here's the thing. So recently the last Switch emulation was fully put away because Nintendo told the last developer to stop doing it, right?
What was the last one?
The last Switch emulation?
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically gone now. And a lot of people are hating Nintendo for it, but here's the big problem with it. Like, I'm not a person who likes seeing emulations of current generation consoles, mainly because it's current generation. There's a lot of legality problems with that in my books. And then the other aspect about it is that literally when that console was going away, it was already proven, like literally about the day after it was announced, that the new Zelda game, by the way, that was already leaked online, I think 2 weeks before it was set to release, was already mostly on that emulator getting ready to be put onto it. And I'm just like, this is literally why Nintendo goes after emulations. It's because people are putting these onto the onto the computers and claiming as that they are doing justice for the evil company. Like, I know Nintendo is not the best company, and they make some decision makings that I don't even agree with. But the aspect of putting a newly released game and claiming that you have the right to do it and not pay for it before it's even released is such a dick move. Like, I don't condone that. I really don't. If it's way later, then I could see it. But don't do it like right before its releases or right after, because there's a lot of aspects of it that just belong. That's my stance on it. I don't want to be like a demi-down on like emulations. Again, I support emulations for the most part, especially those who want to play games. Like, heck, Dragon Warrior Monsters, for example. it's not an expensive game to find, but not everyone has the capabilities to play a Game Boy Color game. And the Game Boy Color in question, this is a game that requires battery saves. So if you don't play it, and if you want to retain your save file, do not get the physical game, because you will lose the save file unless you manage to save the ROM and the save file.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's on my emulator, but I'm not really playing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly playing Pokemon Emerald, Gold version, Leaf Green, and the reason why I like that Gold version's on my emulator, it's also on my 2DS, and if something happens to this 2DS where I actually have to either replace it, because I can't take it in to get it fixed, I won't be able to get those games off there. And Gold version is one of the games that I bought digitally on it.
Yeah. And again, and that's a reason where I'm like, yeah, have a copy of it. That's fine. I would not be against it. If I was the developer of a game and you emulated it, as long as there's like a good reason for it, I'm not gonna harp about it. Like, I am a person who is a lot about giving the opportunity for people to try the games. And that's why I'm like, especially in America, where I funnily saw a tweet about this, Will, how someone was complaining why ESRB games, the American games, because we go by the ESRB rating, not the PEGI system or whatever in Europe and stuff like that. Why are these games so darn expensive? And it's like, what's the point of it? Like, why is it considered the holy grail of elitist games kind of thing? And I was like, yeah, it's funny how that is, because the games, if you change it between European and ESRB, there's barely any changes, if at all, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even some PEGI systems are technically better than the ESRB because they are not as censored, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also, one game I checked on Amazon. I can get one game back at least if something happens to my 2DS. It's Stellar Glow. I can at least get that back, but the price for it is ouch.
Yeah.
It's like it's up there. It's like 80 something bucks.
Yeah, like there are some games that I genuinely like, and I want people to try them because obviously some support. Like, I don't know if you ever are interested in trying it, Will, but the GameCube game or Dreamcast game of Skies of Arcadia, when I streamed it, I actually genuinely enjoyed it, and I think it's a very fun and underrated series. And okay.
I think my emulator has a Dreamcast on it.
I would say try it if you ever
I'll
are.
check and see if it has Skies of Arcadia on there.
Skies of Arcadia is definitely an underrated series. I enjoyed it when I played it, and I definitely say it's worth trying. However, here's the problem. One, it's a Dreamcast game originally, so getting a Dreamcast and that game is expensive in its own right in America. And if you get the GameCube version, I think it's twice as expensive than the Dreamcast version. Because it's like, last I checked, it was like over $200 or around $200. And I'm just like, that is not worth. There's like almost no, like there's barely any games, I would say, if at all, that I have played in my lifetime that is worth more than $100. Like any game that is priced over $100 is it's almost level of extortion in my book. Because Skies of Arcadia is like $200. I don't think it's worth $200. Do I think it's a great game and people should try it? Yes. It's the same thing with Pokemon. I like Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Do I think you should pay $100 for just a single loose copy of it? Heck no.
Oh, and the price that it would be with the loose copy and a Pokewalker.
That's like over $100 people will immediately do. Like, again, there's a lot of problems with it, and
Speaking of Pokemon, thanks to a TikTok, I was actually able to finally give the rest of Pokemon Horizons that was on Netflix a chance.
Nice.
So it's like, okay, cool, I watched the rest of it, but that's not all that's on there. I know there's supposed to be more, because the one girl, Sprigatito, has not evolved. That's on there, and the dude's, yeah, his Pokemon did not evolve, so it's like, yeah, no, there's supposed to be more in here, so I'll just have to sit and wait.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, there's a lot of games, that are, like, heck, like, even, the game Shantae, which, was on the eShop, and you can easily get if you wanted to, Will, is, like, a few $100s, loose copy. It's not worth, as much as I enjoyed the game, like, I did enjoy the game, I heavily think it is a game that should not be, that is overpriced, basically.
Yeah. I know GameStop's doing the retro game thing again.
Oh, I heard so many things that it's like, it is a terrible, terrible thing. I've yet to do. I've yet to go to a GameStop, not find, but go to a GameStop that has that retro thing.
That's what scares me, is knowing that they're doing that again. It's like, oh, I'm afraid to go in and see the prices of those games. But also, I want to, just for the nostalgia, just to go see those games.
I get you.
Just to have the memory, but it's, yeah.
I get you.
It was also like today at Walmart, just going through and seeing the Halloween candy going past a Halloween aisle, and stuff's like, do I really need it? No, I don't actually need it. I almost bought me a pair of phones.
Yeah, I needed a run for that. That was gonna last too long.
I mean, you already lost a slime.
Yeah, I realized that I used all the love water. You know, why am I just use the freaking warp staff? I have like 2 of them. Well, that was just down 1 or whatever. I don't care. I'm here.
It did buy me beef jerky at least.
That's good.
It didn't last long. It got eaten all today thanks to one of my cats.
Your cat's is beef jerky.
Yeah, my eldest cat, Angel, she also eats beef jerky, so her and I pretty much ate it. My other cat, Lily, the youngest one, I'll give her a piece, and instead of eating it, she'll start batting at it like she's playing with it.
So is the beef jerky?
She won't eat it.
The beef jerky is just the original. It doesn't have any other flavors on it, right?
It's always original. I won't get anything with any flavor on it. If it has any flavoring on it, that's strictly mine.
That's what I thought. Because I would be genuinely worried if you gave your cats like teriyaki and stuff, and I would just be like, well.
Oh no. That would be always strictly mine. I would pay attention to what kind. If I have it on my grocery list and my mom orders that for me, I will look and see the flavor that has been that the person, whoever they pull it off the shelf, and they put it in with my order, and it's like, okay, let's see, what kind did they grab me? Original, yep. Okay, the cat's, she can have some. Ah, barbecue flavor. Nope, you are not touching that.
I also just realized that the pluses are a miscalculation because I thought I needed 5 slimes to do the pluses. No, I need 6 slimes because one slime plus another slime equals a +1.
Oh.
So I need to do
This one's a female.
yeah, but the issue is that I still need to get another slime no matter what. So
Might as well get a male.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hold on, let me just double check. Yeah, no, I need at least another slime. So, no matter what, I need to get at least a male. So, yeah, as much as like I want to be like, yeah, that was a female version. I need to get another slime anyway because this is a +3. So even if I could breed the other one, I'm just like, I need another one no matter what. Wow. Oh my god, Dran and Ho-Ho are already almost 100 in wild. Ooh. I was only out again. I only left them for like a couple missions and they're already up there. That's danger level.
That's also one thing I like that they got rid of in Dark Prince, the wild option.
Yeah, no, I appreciate oh wait, I need to go to the very first one.
There's no such thing as wild.
Yeah, because wild is such a troublesome it's such a troublesome like stat because it's like I know they were trying to make it like realistic, but it just harms playing the game.
I chose a bad zombie movie. 2012 Zombie Apocalypse.
Zombieland?
No, this is 2012 Zombie Apocalypse. Everything in it is there's heavy CGI in it, and some really terrible zombie costumes.
You know what sucks is that CGI, unfortunately, I didn't mean to mash. CGI unfortunately is gonna be outdated especially with modern movies, and so a lot of these modern classics are gonna look really bad compared to the ones back in the 80s and 90s.
The zombie makeup is terrible. The zombie makeup also is terrible.
Sounds like it's a cheap B movie.
It is. I've seen the Dusk Till Dawn movies, and those have cheesy vampire costumes, but still, it was at least really good. It was good for what it was for the budget.
Oh, I bet.
I'll give this zombie movie at least one credit. It's got good scenery.
I mean, probably like storyboarding and stuff like that were on point.
And for an apocalypse scene, yeah, it's got that at least going for it. It's kind of got that Walking Dead scenery vibe.
I've only seen Walking Dead just a tiny bit. I never cared about watching it more, especially since I'm not a horror zombie person.
I've seen it from start to finish. It's not bad. There are points where it loses the plot big time. Other points, it comes right back on, but then it falls off.
I definitely think it overstayed its welcome.
I will say It did. And then you got spin-offs from it.
Mm-hmm.
There's We're the Ones Who Live. There's Daryl Dixon, Fear the Walking Dead. There's supposed to be a few others. I can't remember what those other ones are.
Mm.
But the Daryl Dixon one is actually supposed to be really good. I've not seen it yet. Uh, I've seen some Fear the Walking Dead, and it's lackluster on the zombies.
Have you played The Walking Dead or seen The Walking Dead games?
I have a Walking Dead game for the 360. I have just not yet gotten around to play it.
I think it's the Telltale one. Then if you have
it's the Telltale.
Yeah.
One where you are going to be pushing just a lot of buttons and.
Well, you also do the mouse choices. Yeah. I mean, it was Telltale's breakthrough game because it got them not only recognition and rewards, but it also was their downfall. Because like Telltale was a simple company that was making like that was basically making games that they prefer or yeah, like games that they prefer or games that they felt like what's the word I'm looking for? Like games that they just wanted to do. Like it was the around the time like early days was they were experimenting with like Poker Night. Then there was other different games like Back to the Future. That was honestly solid story game. Like it was glitchy though. Definitely not as polished as like The Walking Dead, but they had the ideas and the choices were like not really there. They were like false choices because there was only one right way. It was like basically a 3D visual novel, kind of like Ace Attorney was. But I definitely say Telltale Walking Dead was their downfall because they like doubled down on like licensed games, which added too much to the market and bloated the market with their storytelling games, and so a lot of them didn't sell well or do well. I think like the Batman game was like well received enough, but it didn't sell well. Same thing with Borderlands and stuff like that. So they like write good stories, but a lot of people got like tired of the point and click ones. So they should not have done so much, which is why Telltale ended up closing its doors before they reopened it again. Which again, bad decision making.
You got Minecraft Story Mode in Minecraft Story Mode Season 2.
Yeah, which I haven't tried. I mean, I remember trying it at PAX, and that's it.
I got both, and when I got both, Season 2 had already came out, and I got them both through a bundle. And it was like, they weren't for much. It was on sale, and it's like, hey, you know, this was actually pretty fun. My brother was a little jealous about that.
You know what's really I would say like kind of a jerkish move in some ways, and I don't want to say jerkish, but oh no, that's female. Save states. Here. This is why I have save states. Some consider it cheating. I consider it like meh. So at PAX with I believe it was the first season. I remember at PAX where they had a booth about it, and it was a little bit of a wait, but you got to play like a 20-minute demo. It was actually decently long, and if you play the demo, you get a free shirt, right? I don't even know if I have the Minecraft shirt anymore. I don't think I have it because I don't remember where it is. I could be wrong. It might be somewhere in my closet, but I have to double check. But Minecraft Story Mode was there at PAX all 4 days as per usual. But what they did as a... Oh, that's mail. Nice. SO7. What they did for story mode with the shirts is that in order to collect all the shirts, like they have 4 different shirts for each a different day. So in order to collect all the shirts, if you wanted to, was to go play the story demo 4 times, once per day, and the lines were at least an hour or 2 long. So, if you were a collector of that, you would be wasting a lot of time. Just as a heads up.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, but I do have quite a bit of... I do have quite a bit of Telltale games. One Telltale game I'm gonna go out of my way to get at some point is Jurassic Park. That is one of the worst Telltale games right now, and it got delisted, so it's not exactly easy to get.
I gotta go through my games and see what Telltale games I got besides the 3 that I know of.
I did get Wallace and Gromit not too long ago, and Strong Bad, which are both like early day Telltale games, but honestly, I liked those when I was younger. Also, Wallace and Gromit is coming back on Netflix, so
I did notice that.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
When I just decided to go on to Netflix and I started noticing some Wallace and Gromit stuff, it's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna watch this. I even started noticing them on Prime Video.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the Were-Rabbit one.
That was... So, to make you feel old about that, that movie came out in 2005. So, essentially, it's been almost 20 years since the last Wallace and Gromit, like, anything. Like, I know Wallace and Gromit had, like, a couple commercials, I believe, and they were still semi-relevant in some degree in certain areas. But for the most part, Wallace and Gromit do not really have, like, a serious, like, show or anything for almost 2 decades.
Wallace and Gromit with their going to the moon for cheese, they're the ones who really got me into being a cheese fiend.
Like, yeah, I honestly am... I'm honestly, like, I really do like the claymation, and Wallace and Gromit got... I don't know when I started watching Wallace and Gromit, but, but I'm glad I got to experience a lot of, like, early day, like, 2000s, like, kind of era. Because, like, it's weird, because you think about it, like, the 2000s was, like, this weird era of transition and, like, really weird / creative ideas. was Wallace and Gromit was before 2000s, but I got to see like different shows, different like movies before 2000s from like the 1980s and stuff or 70s and and 90s, but and then you got like other new ideas or reemergence of some IPs like Wallace and Gromit, Were Rabbit, Transformers having like a live action movie, like etc. Like there's a lot of things like in the 2000s that was like a transitional period, but it was also really nice, and that I appreciate being part of that era because it made me experience a lot of unique stuff. Like I didn't get to watch the Were Rabbit in theaters, but I really did enjoy it as a kid.
There's things I miss right now, because usually by right now, not right now, but during this month, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney would be playing like Halloween movies and
Goosebumps
shows.
and stuff. Yeah.
I miss those days.
You know what's funny? I know that at some point, Cartoon Network would start playing Goosebumps later in the night. I always hated October for Cartoon Network specifically because I didn't like Goosebumps. I was a kid who didn't like much horror at all, and I avoided like horror like the plague a lot of the time. Now that I see a little bit of Goosebumps, I just still don't care about watching it, but I was like, nowadays as an adult, it's like, this is not as scary as I thought it would be, but as a kid, they kind of freaked me out, especially with the whole intro and commercials of it, and I ended up...
Is it him or me?
Who? What?
What happened? Who?
Who what?
Okay.
Yeah, no, stop.
I don't know who happened to who.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Come on, voice.
I can hear you.
I'm on.
I can hear you, Will. Will?
Anytime now.
Will?
There we go. I don't know what happened.
I could hear you, like, perfectly fine.
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
That must have been on your end, Discord glitching out.
The Discord was glitching out. It was like right on the voice connected thing. It was in the red.
Yeah, Discord does that from time to time. I was God, I lost my train of thought because of all that stuff, but
We're talking about we were supposed to, oh, hello, Pixels is coming October 11th.
Yeah,
See what else is coming.
There was the 2000s was honestly a interesting time period that, again, like I'm glad I got to live through as a kid. Like I honestly think the 2000s was such an edgy yet also a unique time period for a lot of like experimentations or like revisiting old stuff. Some of the stuff I wish I was I got to experience fully, like midnight releases of like movies or games. I was too young to do that, and my parents were not allowing me to experience that stuff, unfortunately. But I wish I did.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was an adult back in the 2000s, I would definitely be like watching some midnight releases like Star Wars and stuff like that.
There's some movies that my family let me stay up for. even if it was a school night.
Oh, my parents were way too Asian.
Pretty much, and if I wasn't feeling if the next day, if I was a little too tired, then they'd keep me home, and it would all depend on how well I was doing in school at that time. They'd go like, missing one day of school wasn't gonna kill my grades at that point.
Even if I was like an A+ student and stuff like that, my parents would never let me do that. Like, I had to miss like a wedding or two. Yeah, I missed a wedding or two during my time like as a high school student because my parents were like, no, you don't miss a day at all. You have to go to every single class all the time, and I really disliked that because going to a wedding was like a once in a lifetime opportunity for some people, and they were like my cousins, and I wanted to be there. But hey, I couldn't do it, so whatever.
Why not? I'll put on the Nun.
I read the synopsis of that. Have you watched The Nun too?
Yeah, I watched it with my nieces, my nephew, and their cousin.
You're crazy.
My niece, who's not actually my niece, but we kind of adopted her and her mom into the family. She kind of turned over and was like going like, she started going, I'm scared. I don't want to watch this no more. I want to go into pretty much she wanted to go into my sister's room instead. And she could just started to see like the tears starting to come down her face, like she was literally about ready to start bawling her eyes from being scared.
You know that The Nun is rated R, so
my sister has let my niece and nephews watch Spartacus.
I don't even know what the movie is about.
That has very, very adult graphical things in it.
When you say adult graphical things, you mean like bloody gore or like adult, like, making out?
Making out, but beyond making out.
That's what I thought. So it's different. It's different for that.
Also bloody and gore.
I mean, bloody and gore could be amount of like, oh, here's like a shower of blood and stuff.
They've also seen Braveheart.
I don't know how bloody Braveheart is, honestly.
It's one of the. I don't know if I've seen anything bloodier than Braveheart, but at the time that I know when it came out, it was one of the bloodiest movies ever.
I'm not dealing with a mimic. As much as a mimic is good on like, good on experience, it is a terrible thing to use when your slimes are like level 10 and barely do any damage.
Yeah, Braveheart was very, very bloody. And gory, graphical when it came down to that.
Not surprised.
Skimp.
Not surprising.
Yeah, they've seen that. They've seen Spartacus. They've watched Game of Thrones.
I mean, I watched like what? I watched some rated R film. I watched The Matrix when I was a kid, and that is rated R. I watched Matrix 1 and 3. I skipped 2 until later, but yeah, I watched it all, And I always thought that was PG-13, but it was actually rated R because of the how much like weird stuff that was going on, BS, and like they kept saying BS or something, like I don't know, like basically it was just a lot of like adult language and adult imagery. I'm glad that my parents weren't so serious on some movies and shows I could watch. Because again, like if my parents knew about Courage the Cowardly Dog, I don't know if they would be fully comfortable with me watching that, for one thing. I was scared. And then but they at least allowed me to watch something like Jurassic Park as a kid, which has people being literally eaten by giant lizards.
Man, there's a lot of movies my family let me watch. And I even got to watch the Austin Powers movies.
I haven't seen one, at least in full, so I can't exactly say I don't think I've ever seen one in full when I was younger, so I can't exactly say I've seen it as a kid.
I did when I was younger. And it was like, the first one, I watched it. I sat there and after watching it, my brain just could not comprehend what the heck I just watched.
I mean, to be honest, when as a kid, you don't understand a lot of the adult humor.
I still thought it was funny, but I was trying to figure out, I was like, okay, what in the bloody world was that? Second movie, I just went with it. And once it got up to Gold Member, I was ecstatic to watch it.
Honestly, I don't know what childhood movie that was pretty violent or very adult that I would say I very much enjoyed as a kid. 'Cause like, yeah, there's like Terminator. I don't consider Terminator as a serious rated R film. Like it is rated R. Don't get me wrong, but it's the same idea as like video games where there's a soft rated M and a hard rated M. In terms of like violence and stuff like this, I've seen a video talk about it, and it is something that I always thought like Halo is not. I never really considered Halo as a serious rated M game, but it is rated M because of gore and violence, etc. And then there's stuff like Mortal Kombat that is like, yes, that is rated M.
I'm not sure what movies I've seen that would be like the most violent, really, of movies that I've seen.
I've never. I need to look at. Ooh. I want to fight you, but my team sucks. But I need to look at some childhood movies and see what I'm gonna look it up really quickly. Oh, good.
You got a healer.
Finally, I was running out of MP, honestly.
Let's see. I know again, the 31st is when my Dragon Age game comes out. But there'll be a 9 o'clock release. Most likely the night before, but that'll be... And my game will be on the 31st.
Oh, come on, really? I get spawned here?
Oh, yeah. Don't you know, it can't make it easy for you.
It's also that's the worst, like, walking over damaging thing out of all of them, because they do, like, 10 HP each. I know that I watched, Mission to Mars was a, not a violent movie, but it was a movie that that wasn't exactly that had a graphic scene where it was pretty much have you seen Mission to Mars?
Um, I think I did. I might not remember.
So pretty much here's the synopsis. Basically, there's some kind of alien structure on Mars. They send astronauts there to just look at it, discover some secrets, etc., kind of thing, right? They had like people on there before where they tried to look at a structure, and at the beginning was like, oh, let's send a signal at it or something like that, and then it causes like a hurricane storm, right? And one of the graphic scenes was pretty much where all the astronauts start dying except one. And literally at the beginning, you see one of the astronauts go into hurricane and start spinning out of control, like, "Ah!" And then you just see him explode with all his bits falling out. And I'm just like, Jesus. Now that I think about it, it's like, wow. That's like, that can be traumatized a kid, to be honest. Like, it's like any windstorm is like, oh, that's terrible. It's not exactly the like a perfect movie. I think it's all right. If I remember much about it, and it's not exactly violent. That was just the only like really violent, significant scene I remember. Like everything else, I still remember for the most part, but it's like that scene always kind of stuck out to me. Let's see. What other movies did I watch as a kid? 2012. Yeah, that's not really violent. That was just tried to be a disaster film. Let's see.
There's not a lot of movies I remember from when I was little. There's some I do and some I don't.
I never watched like 300. I knew of it because everyone kept making memes of it. I never watched James Bond a lot as a kid. National Treasure though, I had fun, but that's not violent. That's not violent at all.
Oh no. No. It's more fun. Oh crap.
I never watched.
Hit button on my phone. Or not my phone, on my. Yep. I hit the Prime Video button on my remote. I just changed it from Netflix.
Transformers wasn't violent in a sense because it was more of like the robots, and it was also like explosions, all that thing. I mean, Incredibles is there, Jurassic Park is there, Avatar, yeah, but still, I don't consider that violent. I'm trying to look at like what movies that I really watched were like violent. Osmosis Jones was grotesque humor. Oh, there's 9. I don't know if you ever know that movie. I watched it, but I never really appreciated it as a kid. And I kind of want to rewatch it.
I have it on DVD. I've watched it, and it was hard for me to follow the story, but still watching it, it's like, okay, this is interesting.
I think it's one of those movies that I want to rewatch because as a kid, I saw it was dark, but I was like looking at it because it looked cute animation. And I never understood fully the story, and like it was okay to me. I want to rewatch it just to see if, as an adult, do I have a better opinion about it. Yeah, Iron Man's not there. Okay, that's a female. I can't do the female. This is why we have save states.
Gotta try again.
Yep. Because if I wasn't save stating this will take a lot longer, and I do not want to be here for like hours on end. We're almost at we already passed the time that I wanted to, and yeah. Let's see. I mean, Harry Potter was a pretty serious film, and even Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring was pretty serious. I mean, to be honest, The Chamber of Secrets was honestly a really dark film for a kids movie.
That was a kids movie?
Harry Potter is still a kids movie, yeah.
Female.
Yep.
I almost looked like you were going to save.
Yeah, no, I actually, you know what? What I should do is probably change up the order. Maybe that will help.
And the female first, then the male.
Yeah, maybe that will change it up a little bit. I don't know if it's like already preset per se, but we'll see.
I've watched all through these. There's these 3 Dracula movies that I've watched. They're not bad, but the first one is not bad. It does play into the second one, but then after the second one, once it goes into the third, they did change actors on the first one to the second one for Dracula, and understandably so, because Dracula got burnt to a crisp. And he's being regenerated. But they should have kept the actor from the second one to the third, or at least changed it to somebody a little different, not made him change it to an old freaking man.
I can see that, yeah.
Because that's what they did. They changed it to an old man. And it's like, yeah, there was one thing that they did mess up on. The girl's holding a sword in her hand. They changed to behind her, and she's no longer holding the sword. They turned back in front of her, and lo and behold, the sword's right back magically in her hand again.
Yeah, that's cut problems.
It's like, y'all do realize that you messed up. That sword's there, sword gone, sword back.
Oh, you know what? I probably I didn't watch this when I was younger, but I definitely watched Saving Private Ryan, and Schindler's List when I was younger, though. Like, I think around 2010s to like the later 2000s, like they were I would say definitely those are some of the most violent movies I watched as a kid. Definitely Saving Private Ryan is literally a war film. I saw like parts of a face exploding. I saw a guy's face completely gone on D-Day. Like,
I know there's The Patriot. I've watched that.
Never watched it. Schindler's List was depressing. That was one thing, but I never understood the artistic nature of it because, again, as a kid, I never understood a lot of the serious themes. But as an adult, it's definitely one of my top movies because I appreciate the art and storytelling, and obviously, it was a true serious story that I really do appreciate. So kudos to Steven Spielberg for doing that.
For me, the most violent will have to be Braveheart. Still.
Yeah. I say like maybe it's like Saving Private Ryan. There was Schindler's List. Matrix. I kind of want to say Matrix 3 because that had a lot more graphic, violent natures than Matrix 1 when I watched it. Because Matrix 1 had like just people dying. You see the blood, and they get assimilated. Not really violent in my books. So I've seen worse in a sense. So,
The next violent movie on my list would be The Patriot, as you literally see a dude get part of his body blown off by a cannon.
Oh yeah, that could take it. What's up, Toast? We're talking about like violent movies that we watched as a kid. Some like violent, as in like these are
And
movies that we generally shouldn't watch as a kid.
I watched that in freaking elementary school. So it's like pretty much sitting here now thinking back to that, it's like, really, they allowed elementary school kids to watch this?
I mean, some movies. Oh, you know what? Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. I watched that when I was a little bit younger because I was in the Indiana Jones craze. That had some graphic imagery.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but Toast, how are we doing, by the way? We're just discussing if you want to put in some of your childhood favorite movies. We can say if we've seen it or discuss it if you ever got any. Because me and Will, while I'm finishing up this stream, because I won't be lasting too much longer, because I'm finishing up a grind session right now. But I'm just looking at like movies and stuff that I want to see, which I've seen. I'm not counting like depressing films. I'm more of like seeing like what's graphic in terms of like violence mainly, and with slash like is this appropriate for kids more so. And yeah, technically if you put like really depressing movies, kind of like what was it, like some of the old animated films, like All Dogs Go to Heaven kind of thing, which I never saw the first one really, but the second one I've seen, and it's like yeah, but at the same time it's like that's not as like graphic as like some adult films like Saving Private Ryan and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm looking at what movies that we've seen slash I've seen, and it's like picking out which movies was not as a kid's film, and I watched as a kid slash teenager.
I can't remember how old I was when I watched Temple of Doom.
Dude, Temple of Doom. I like, okay, my favorite Indiana Jones film is still The Last Crusade, even though I have like you know what? Sorry.
Hey, oh, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Seeing what happens to some of those guys in that one.
You know, at the
face,
yeah, you know what?
The ending scene.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I can give you that. I still think Temple of Doom is worse.
And then Temple of Doom, I will give, yes, Temple of Doom being worse.
Imoto and I watched Last Crusade not too long ago, and honestly, as much as like I still enjoy it, it's still it got a little worse just because of like the pacing somewhat, but it was okay. I don't remember watching a movie, but I remember watching a lot of wrestling. Ooh, wrestling fan, nice. And that's fine. I am very much more of, when I was a kid, a
there goes the slime.
Yep.
Never mind.
I was very much of a movie cartoon kid. Because some of my favorite movies were like Back to the Future and stuff like that.
I was a cartoon kid, but and movies, I would watch those if it was raining, if it was nasty outside. Other than that, if it was nice and sunny outside, I was outside.
I'm glad
And
that
I drank from a hose.
you know that's very dangerous.
I didn't care. I still drank from the hose. I didn't care.
I'm just saying that was very dangerous.
Yes, it was. And now look what happened to me.
Well, to be honest, that was more of a physical
But
problem than like.
Here's the thing. A lot of the stuff that's happened to me has actually been genetic on one side of my family, my mother's side.
Yeah, so technically speaking, you got okay, but also don't just drink the stupid hose unless it has like a legitimate filter for it.
Yeah, we didn't have a filter. It was a brand new hose, got hooked up, and I still drink from the hose. I didn't care. We were built tough like that. It's because we got yelled at for going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Oh, I finished Trials of... Oh, nice. Nice. What do you think of it? I'm still playing Secret of Mana, so it's gonna be a while before I fully finish that. But I plan to continue it as soon as I can. I might play more of it, because I think I'm gonna be on a roll for it for a while. Along with, like, Bioshock, because I got some request games I need to get through. I might start Digimon tomorrow, because earlier this week was one of my mods, Luigi Firewolf, his birthday, and he requested that game, so I kind of want to just start it. It got...
So, Digimon tomorrow?
Potentially, yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
I either will start it and have that as one of the only games. Yeah, Luigi. Yep. He's one of them.
It's like, let me know, because I will join you guys.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's... I don't know if it's gonna be the first game. Debating still whether that is something I want to commit to, or a German Luigi. No, not German or Luigi. I don't know if it's something I want to commit to yet.
Is it the Italian Luigi?
No,
Mario's brother?
No, it's Brooklyn Luigi.
That's not Mario's brother?
No, evil twin cousin. But
so it's Waluigi?
No, Waluigi is a nobody. Yeah, it got really hard at the end for that game. Not surprising. JRPGs usually gets really hard at the end. Heck, this game I'm playing will get pretty hard post game, and that's heavily depends if Jamie and Will want to see me attempt the post game. Which, if we have a good team, it's not going to be overly difficult, because I didn't exactly struggle per se. It's just like, as long as I have a good team, it's going to be okay to deal with.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, if you have a good team, then I'll say yes. If you don't, then, let's not.
Oh, not the Luigi, I know. No, that's fine. I mean...
I guess this Luigi just doesn't like spaghetti with mushrooms.
No.
He likes spaghetti with Skittles.
Ew. Yeah, no, if we get the gold slime by the final boss, I think we'll be pretty set for post-game, for the most part. As for, the only thing I will say, even though I had, like, a very solid team, with my brother by the end of our game, one battle, the very, very, very last battle, which I would say is the final battle, that was really difficult, like extremely difficult for us to beat. It basically required us to have, like, not only the perfect team, but also a bit of luck for the monsters to play out moves the way they did. So it would require a bit of planning. If we ever get to the end, I probably will still think to do it anyway, because it is a set of monsters that I want to try.
So, I did get me a calendar for next year. I got me a Pokemon calendar.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's in you and me. I know it's my destiny.
I get Koraidon. My birthday month is Koraidon.
I was gonna say which Koraidon, but
It's just yeah. It's his. He's in his fighting form.
I was like Virizion and Koraidon. I was thinking of the exact same Pokemon. I was like, nope, that's not right.
January's Quaxley, March's.
I thought they would put like the 3 starter set at the beginning.
No. March's. See, I got it. Oh, where's my phone? Turn on my flashlight. There we go.
You know, I'm gonna look at 2010 movies because I want to double check to see, because I do consider my early 2010 movies as part of my childhood before I got to university. So, let's see. Dunkirk wasn't really that violent of a movie, even though it was World War II setting.
March's Fido. Spaghettito. Name's Pikachu.
Of course, it's Pikachu.
We've got. June, which is Ceruledge. July's. Fuecoco.
All right, let's do this thing.
September's Miraidon.
Miraidon. No, it's Miraidon, yeah, so right. Still don't know modern Pokemon that well.
October is perfect. It's Greavard.
Greavard?
Yeah. October is Greavard. The dog with the candlestick on it.
Oh, right. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't remember modern Pokemon that well. That's really... Alright. Oh, let's go. King Slime. +5. Let's go.
November is Lechonk.
Of course, it's Lechonk.
And then December.
Also, Lechonk on November during Thanksgiving. That hog is getting eaten.
December is Aberliva.
Which one's that one again?
It's the olive Pokemon, the tree with olives.
Oh, right, right.
August, though, is Bellibolt. The weird-looking Pokemon that has the organs that look like eyes on the side of its head, when actually its eyes are those yellow dots.
I'll name you King for now. King Slime is king.
While the rest of 2024 is Farigiraf.
Okay, so I got King Slime. So good news is we got King Slime. It is
So that's the good news. What's the bad news?
Well, here's the thing. I have to decide first off if it's gonna be with me all the time, or I'm gonna put it into the. I'm probably gonna keep switching it in and out because I don't want my Rainhawk to get too wild. How wild is it? 120. Jesus, I need to get it out right now. Bad news is Balheeb, our Gold Golem in this game. Gold Golem requires, unfortunately, Iceman and Lava Man which I don't have either, I believe. And that requires a little bit of checking around. Because, yeah, I have this Sliv. Yeah, I don't have Iceman or Lava Man. So here's the thing that we're gonna have to do next time, Will, is that we're gonna have to start making Iceman a Lava Man. The issue is that Iceman in this game only has two possibilities, but these two possibilities, one of them is only has to be one monster with the other in a certain order, and then another one has to have a certain monster and two other monsters. While Lava Man is the easier of the bunch, because while it only has one combination in terms of one of them has to be a certain parent, it has 5 other monster options. One of which is Orochi, which the good news is we already have Orochi. We just need to make sure that the monster before it is a Metal Drac. And both monsters use Metal Drac, so I have to make a Metal Drac in order to use it. And yes, I can use a King Slime, but I do need a King Slime to essentially make a Gold Slime. So there's a lot of aspects of this that we need to switch around. Digster is a possibility. I already have that one. And I need to make like a... Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't you need like a King Slime to make...
Yep.
The Metal Drac?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the options, but I do have a Digster, which is in the other one. So all I need to do is make a dragon monster, a certain dragon monster. But I also need to make like a Stone Man Golem type thing, which is still possible. There's like mud dolls and stuff like that I can do. Or I can make a different other monster. But again, it's an option that we can go around and see. I have to do a lot of grinding. This is the biggest issue with making this method, is that I have no serious monster that can make those right away. So, and in order to make the most essential one, because in this game, we don't, once you breed, we lose any other moves beforehand.
Oh, yes, it's not like Dark Prince.
Yeah. So I need to look at what monsters are the best options if I want to make the best Gold Slime ever. And from there, then decide what would be the best course of action. And then, yeah, but Metal Drac is like the easiest of the bunch in order to make it. Obviously, it's just a little hard to do it. I mean, if I can make a Robotster, then that would be a great thing, because Robotster is not too hard to make, luckily enough. And this is where also I have to consider if I want to get rid of Lily, because as much as we really like Lily, Lily is starting to get a little bit behind on certain things in terms of stats. And if I make it to gold slime, it will be both a defensive monster, a healer, and a serious attacker. Which I don't know if that's a good option or not.
That's like all 3 monsters in one.
I mean, in this game, it can be pretty broken.
Just like have 3 gold slimes on your team then.
Tell you want me to make 3 gold slimes. It's not as easy as like going to a molehill. Again, I don't know fully what's going to be happening. We will see. Again, it's a large discussion, but the good news is we at least have a King Slime, so we're halfway there. Unfortunately, that was the easy part. So yeah,
that was the easy part.
Yeah, Gold Golem is not a pretty one. It's a lot worse than it is Dark Prince in my book.
And the one thing I don't like in Dark Prince is the 4 synth monsters. And there's still a few that I have to go for.
Yep. Actually, I'm also curious, how many monsters do I have in terms of the library? Because that is, I think, one of the last optional ones, if not the last optional one that I can get right now. 71. So if I make like 29 more monsters, I'll be good to get this final one. I think I do have... No, did I use Stone Man? I think I've used Stone Man before, so it sucks that I already used him. But it would have been good. I like how Copycat, you can't exactly get another Copycat unless you do, like... There's like 1 or 2 ways to get Copycats, that's it.
Yeah, there's the one way that we got our copycat, and you're saying that there's one other way we could get a copycat.
Yeah, there is one other way, I believe. I have to double check that, but yeah, pretty much Copycat is like a unique monster. Yeah, Rainhawk is like the final bird bot like monster.
There's not that many categories.
Yeah, there's not many.
This one.
Yeah, there is one other monster that I know. It's basically the Sky Dragon, but it's white. It's called the Divine Dragon of some kind. That's like the ultimate dragon monster in this game. As you can see, these are like the ultimate monsters down here. I'm surprised Orochi is not a boss, because that technically is more of a boss monster. Yeah, I like how King is just like, Slime Family, question mark? It's not...
You breed a slime with what?
The library is essentially not that great of a way to know the combinations, which is one of the downfalls of this game, because it only gives you one way to make monsters, and then unless you know the other ways, it's essentially like a handicap a lot of the time.
It's like, in a way, just like look this stuff up to figure out how to breed what was what.
Yeah, and back in the day, you couldn't really look up.
Nope.
Alright, the Metal King also has a hidden portal. Unfortunately, we have to get the Zap Egg first, which we have yet to get. We're more than halfway, but we're barely more than halfway. Which is sad to say. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of grinding and getting a lot of monsters next time, that's for sure. But yeah, that'll be it for this session. Yeah, we're gonna call it there. Any final words, Will?
No, just that I'm enjoying Spooky Month. It's Spooky Month for 3 days, and it's been fun.
That's good.
Also, actually, there is something. Before you go to your doctor's appointment, make sure you have the right date.
Ha. Yeah,
Don't do what I did. and to go on the wrong date. I mean, at least I didn't miss it.
Watch that the actual date happens and you miss it.
Oh, if that happens, I swear I'm going. I'll then just let my mom just hurt me. She already wants to hurt me for going this early. A week early. She could have just been. She could have been at home resting, or she could have gone to and work. She took herself off her schedule. She works for Instacart.
Well, to be honest, she didn't check the schedule, but at the same time, you should check your schedule more closely.
I didn't really look at the thing on my chart on the date. And when I sent it to her last month so she could pay attention, so she could know when it was and what time, she didn't pay attention to the date. She just paid attention to the time. So yeah, we both were at fault. And so there were so many times where we looked at it today before we took off. And we didn't pay attention to the date. And it was right there in bigger numbers. And I just got the call also not long after I got home, telling me, hey, you have an appointment next week at 9 a.m. Be sure to check in at 9 a.m.
You don't say.
It's like, I was like, oh, it's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Kick me while I'm down, why don't you?
Isn't that normal?
Yes. But I was always thinking, like, isn't this Nick's job to do this? To just kick me when I'm down? Isn't that his job?
I mean, I could do that tomorrow.
I mean, you're going to be doing that Saturday anyway.
Yeah, Saturday I meant. I thought it was Friday. Yeah, I could do that tomorrow. Depends. I mean, SWTOR I can't really do that. But if it's like something like Project Winter, well, yes.
I mean, you guys still technically do that in SWTOR. You guys are like children in that.
Me and James do our own thing. You're more than welcome to follow us.
I will not follow children to my death.
Hey, I didn't mean to go to my death that one time. That was just... I thought that was just a graphical glitch. I didn't think that was an actual hole.
If there's a missing part of the wall right there, that is
No, no.
We're up high. You're
No.
going to fall to your death.
No. A lot of times, very different. Like, it depends on the game. Those are graphical glitches, not programmed glitches. Like, whatever, world glitches.
You can still go right through the. I guarantee you, in SWTOR, if there's a missing hole in the wall, like that, you can go through it. And with how high we are, you're going to fall to your death.
Not all the time. I think I found some of the holes that were like up a little bit, but they were just.
And with the invisible wall thing, I was pretty sure one of you guys were gonna get stuck down there.
I mean, we could have just fast traveled out if we survived.
Something was going to happen to one of you two at some point.
Oh, it wasn't more than just me falling to my death. That's it.
Hey. And at least we're not on Question, where we're now on Hoth.
Oh hey, the new Dragon Ball Daima series is coming onto Netflix, so you get to watch it there, Will.
The new series?
Yeah.
So it's no longer Dragon Ball Super.
Well,
It's
It's
Or does this play on? Or does this play on the Super?
it comes after Super for sure, but
And it,
it's supposed to represent original Dragon Ball because everyone's a kid for some reason. But the last trailer made me super excited, and the biggest reason why I want to really watch it in English is because the original voice actress for Goku is coming back, and I've been wanting that since like I've finished watching like GT and stuff. Like
so if
she
everybody's a kid, if
yeah,
everybody's a kid, what happened? Did somebody make a wish to turn everybody to kids?
something like that. There's very little information about the story, but if you watch the last final trailer, it honestly it just makes me really hyped. The concept of it was questionable. I didn't like the idea of everyone turning to kids as well. And it was just Goku and the Supreme Kai as kids traveling around. Then they showed off the teaser trailer with no voices and stuff like that. Everyone was just like almost the same, but just really young. And people were just like, "Why is Goten and Trunks useless again?" And that's it. It was the last trailer, and also ignoring all of like the this is one of Toriyama's last works and stuff like that. The last trailer really sold it to me because it gave a more Dragon Ball feel, like how GT was trying to do, but it just felt more Dragon Ball. And I actually, as I've grown older, like Dragon Ball more than Dragon Ball Z, because I really like how Dragon Ball was, and the music was fantastic, and obviously with English dub with Kid Goku's original voice actress coming back, I am really happy. So you can go watch it on Netflix when it comes out on like later in October.
Sweet.
So yeah, watch the last trailer, Will, if you haven't. It's actually really, really like hype.
I'll have to check that out tomorrow.
No, check it out right now after the stream.
So I'm gonna take my night meds and go to bed.
Yeah, but it's only like 3 minutes long. No, not even that. I think it's like 2 minutes.
Nah, night meds are bad.
You can.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's not like you're not watching a freaking TV show or anything to go to bed. No, this is literally a trailer. Go watch it. Take your meds and then go watch it as you fall asleep. Okay?
If I watch, I fall asleep like after about like 3 seconds into it.
Then rewatch it in the morning.
Yeah, I'll have to take my meds in the morning and then wait for 30 minutes before I can eat my breakfast.
Then during that time, you can watch the trailer again.
Exactly.
Well, no, watch
My
it.
breakfast will be a honey bun and a banana.
And then you can but you can rewatch it again, as in watch it after the stream.
Oh, or I'll rewatch it while we play Digimon.
No, watch the trailer.
No, I'll watch the trailer.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll call it here. It is getting late, so we need to get ready for bed. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out those who have been lurking or dropped by. If you're watching this at another point in time, thank you guys so much for watching this whole grinds discussion stream. Again, there is plenty of more things that we need to do for this game, and the main thing is really getting to what's the words I'm looking for? The final parts of the game where we are making a team and able to do it, because once we do the whole like servant thing and try to get the servant monster, which I will attempt to constantly, then it's basically the final boss and the final like battle. So, and essentially, the next story part could be the last part before we go to post game, is what I will say. So we'll see. Anyways, take care. Thanks, Will, for joining, and I hope everyone have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. We will try and stream more tomorrow because, again, there's a lot of grinding session, and so me and Will will probably actively do this as Jamie comes in and out. But once we're done and ready for our after our grind session, Jamie will join us and we'll do some more progress. So there's that. Anyway, everyone, take care. Have a good night and stay safe. I'll catch you guys in another stream, but reminder someone else's. Bye.
Enjoy the spooky month.
Boo.